Divorced men. What happened when your ex-wife realized you were thriving but you blocked her? Story 1. After the divorce, I did the thing everyone says you should do, but nobody actually believes works. I disappeared. New number. New email. Deleted old socials. I didn't win. I just stopped bleeding. 2 years later, my buddy tagged me in a video from a local open mic. I'd played a song I wrote about starting over. Nothing special, except it blew up. Like millions of views. A small label reached out. Suddenly, my face was popping up on people's feeds. That's when she found me. At first, it was, "Hey, wow, proud of you," from an account with a flower profile pic. Blocked. Then another, "It's me, don't be childish," blocked. Then, "I miss us," blocked. She started hitting my band's page, the venue pages, the comments under clips. My guitarist sent me screenshots like he was handing me a live grenade. "Should we respond?" he asked. "No," I said. Block and move on. The night I played my first real gig, I felt light for the first time in years. Packed room, warm lights, strangers singing back words I wrote in my kitchen. Then I saw her. Front row. No shame. Hair done. Big smile like she'd never screamed at me in a courthouse hallway. Between songs, she raised her phone, recording. I watched her mouth, "Call me." I didn't stop the show. I didn't glare. I just nodded at security. 2 huge guys slid in like they were part of the choreography. She tried to laugh like it was a joke, like she belonged there. Then one of them leaned down and said something I couldn't hear over the crowd. Her face changed. The smile collapsed. She stood up fast, knocking her drink over, and suddenly everyone around her was looking. She hissed my name like it was a threat. I stepped to the mic and said, "Next song's called Do Not Disturb." The room laughed. She didn't. She got walked out while I played the first chord, and the door shut behind her like the cleanest ending I'd ever written. Story 2. When I left, she told me I'd never survive without her. She said it in that tone like she was reading my fortune. Then she kept the house, the nicer car, and half my retirement. I got an apartment and silence, which turned out to be priceless. I rebuilt slowly. New job, night classes. Paid off my credit cards like it was a religion. By year 3, I had a promotion and a boring little routine that felt like peace. I didn't post about it. I didn't brag. I just lived. Then I got a voicemail from an unknown number. "Hi, it's Melissa. I can't reach you. Call me." Blocked. Another number the next day. "It's important. It's about the house." Blocked. A week later, a certified letter arrives. Not from her. From a bank. Turns out she'd tried to refinance the mortgage and her credit was a crater. She needed a co-signer. Or more specifically, she needed me. Because my name was still attached to a home equity line she'd forgotten to close. Something she never mentioned during the divorce because she was too busy taking selfies in the courthouse bathroom. My lawyer friend looked at the paperwork and whistled. "She's drowning." I sent one email. 1. To the bank. "I do not authorize any changes. Remove me if legally possible. All contact through counsel." Then I blocked the bank's number 2 because apparently I was allergic to chaos now. She started spiraling. Mutual friends called like I was a customer service desk. "She says you're being cruel," one said. "She says I'm being unavailable," I corrected. Finally, she cornered my mother at the grocery store. My mom later told me Melissa was crying by the oranges, talking about starting over and second chances like she'd invented them. The refinance got denied. Then the bank demanded payment on the old line of credit Melissa had been using like a personal ATM. She couldn't cover it. The house went up for sale in a panic. 2 months later, I drove past a "for sale, price reduced" sign and felt nothing. No revenge, no victory. Just relief that her emergency wasn't my responsibility anymore. That night, another unknown number tried to call. I watched it ring until it stopped. Then I went back to studying, because the best part of blocking her was how quiet success sounds when no one's screaming over it. Story 3. We share a kid, so blocking my ex wasn't some dramatic "I hate you forever" speech. It was survival. Every conversation turned into a trap. If I answered, she attacked. If I didn't, she accused me of neglect. So I made one rule: parenting apps only. School updates, medical stuff, pickup times, everything else? Blocked. After the divorce, I focused on being steady. Therapy. Cooking real meals. Coaching my son's little soccer team even though I can't run without sounding like a dying vacuum. My life wasn't flashy. It was stable. And it worked. Then she saw it. My son's teacher posted a photo from career day. I'd shown up in a suit because my office let me. My son was grinning like I'd hung the moon, holding a little paper badge that said, "My dad." I didn't even know my ex followed the teacher's public page, but of course she did. That night, The parenting app blew up with messages that had nothing to do with our kid. You look rich now. Funny how you can afford nice clothes. Must be nice to play hero. Then, unblock me. We need to talk. I didn't respond. So she tried the dirtiest move. She used our son's tablet to FaceTime me. I answered because I thought it might be an emergency, and there she was, in frame, smiling like she'd hacked my boundaries with a butter knife. Hi, she purred. Look at you. Thriving. My son looked confused. Mom said I should call you. I kept my voice calm. Buddy, go grab your dinosaur book. I'll talk to Mom for 1 second. He walked away, and her smile sharpened. You think you can just erase me? I didn't erase you, I said. I limited you. There's a difference. She leaned closer to the camera. You owe me a conversation. You owe me. The principal called me the next morning. Apparently, she'd stormed into the school office demanding they make me unblock her, like a school can't issue tech support for my emotional health. At the next drop-off, she tried to corner me in the parking lot. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't argue. I simply pulled out my phone, opened the parenting app, and said, if it's not about him, I'm leaving. Parents nearby turned their heads. Someone's car alarm chirped. The world felt very quiet. She froze, realizing she didn't have an audience that was automatically on her side anymore. Fine, she snapped, and walked away like she'd won. But the real win was my son running up to me, grabbing my hand and saying, Dad, you're here, and my ex couldn't block that. Story 4. Small towns are fun because you can block someone online and still accidentally see them next to the frozen peas. I didn't block my ex out of spite. I blocked her because she treated my phone like her personal punching bag. After the divorce, she'd send paragraphs at 2 a.m. about how I ruined her life, then follow it with, can you help me with my rent? Like it was a normal transition. So I blocked her everywhere. Over the next year, my life got embarrassing in a good way. I started going to the gym because I needed something to do with my anger. I stopped drinking. I got a better job in the city. I started dating a woman who didn't make me feel like I was constantly failing a secret test. And because it's a small town, people noticed. My ex noticed too. First, it was mutual friends saying, she's been asking about you. Then it was her mom liking my LinkedIn post like it was a hostage negotiation. Then came the wedding. A buddy from high school got married and invited half the county. My girlfriend and I showed up dressed nice, ready to eat cake and leave early. I didn't expect my ex to be there, but of course she was. She'd chosen a seat with a perfect view of my table. She tried to talk to me at the bar. I stepped away. She tried again during photos. I turned to my girlfriend and kept smiling. She looked like she'd swallowed a coin. Then the speeches started. The bride's sister went. The best man went. Laughter, tears, all the usual. Then the DJ said, and now Melissa would like to say a few words. I felt my stomach drop. Because my ex stood up, microphone in hand, glassy-eyed, playing the part of a tragic heroine. She started with, life is too short to hold grudges. People murmured politely. My girlfriend squeezed my knee under the table like, do not react. My ex's voice got shakier. Sometimes you don't realize what you had until you see them. Thriving. A couple heads turned toward me. I could feel the room trying to figure out if I was the villain in her story. Then she said my name. Not a metaphor, not a hint. She said it out loud. Ethan, she announced into the mic. I know you blocked me, but I'm here and I just want... The bride snatched the microphone like a professional. No hesitation. No warning. Just yoink. Absolutely not, the bride said, smiling so hard it looked painful. Melissa, sit down. The room went dead silent for half a second. The kind of silence that makes your ears ring. My ex's face turned red. She tried to laugh it off, but the DJ was already playing music like he was erasing a crime scene. People stared. Someone coughed. Someone else whispered, what the hell? My girlfriend leaned in and said, is she always like this? I watched my ex hurry out the side door, heels clicking like angry punctuation. And right there, in the middle of the dance floor, my buddy the groom pointed at me and mouthed, you okay? I raised my glass. I was more than okay. Story 5. When I blocked my ex-wife, it wasn't dramatic. It was paperwork. We divorced, the settlement was done, and she still kept popping up with new reasons I needed to talk to her. Every call turned into her fishing for details. Who are you dating? How much do you make? Did you buy a new car? She didn't miss me. She missed access. So I cut it off. Then I sold the company I'd been quietly building on nights and weekends. Not private jet money, but enough that I stopped checking my bank account before buying groceries. I didn't post about it, but people talk. A local business site wrote a little article. A friend shared it. That was all it took. 3 days later, my phone started lighting up with unknown numbers like a slot machine. I just want to congratulate you. I've been thinking about us. We should meet and talk like adults. Unblock me. Blocked. 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 Then she tried a different angle. She filed in court to review support obligations, even though there were none. No kids, no alimony. Just pure fishing. A legal way to force me into a room with her. My attorney sighed when he saw it. She wants to pry open your life. She thinks money means she gets a second bite. In the weeks leading up to the hearing, she kept trying to contact me through everyone. My sister, my boss, a guy I barely knew from college. She even emailed my work address with the subject line, "Don't be cruel." The morning of court, I walked in calm. She walked in dressed like we were filming a reunion special. New outfit, new hair, trembling lip performance ready. When the judge asked why we were here, her lawyer started talking about changed circumstances and fairness. The judge looked confused. "What obligation are you seeking to modify?" My ex jumped in before her lawyer could stop her. "He's rich now. He's thriving. He can afford to..." "To what?" the judge asked, sharp. She swallowed. "To help me. I've had a hard time." The judge blinked slowly, then turned to me. "Sir, have you been harassed?" My lawyer stood up and slid a packet forward. Screenshots, call logs, messages sent from different numbers, emails to my workplace, a timeline that looked like a crime documentary. The judge flipped through it, expression hardening. My ex tried to interrupt. "He blocked me, Your Honor. He won't even let me explain." The judge held up a hand. "Ma'am, this court is not here to bypass someone's boundaries." You could hear the air conditioner. The clerk's typing stopped. People in the benches leaned forward. The judge looked straight at her. "You are not entitled to access because he is doing well." My ex's face cracked. Not sadness, not heartbreak, pure panic, like someone had yanked the mask off in public. Then the judge said, "I'm dismissing this motion, and if there is further contact outside appropriate legal channels, I will consider a protective order." My ex stood there, mouth open, eyes darting, realizing the court wasn't her delivery system anymore. As we walked out, she lunged one last time in the hallway, hissing, "You think you're better than me?" I didn't stop. I didn't turn around. I just pulled out my phone, blocked the last unknown number that had called me 10 minutes earlier, and kept walking while the courthouse doors closed behind me like a final, perfect click. Story 6. I blocked her the night she tried to turn my phone into her confession booth. "Babe, I'm sorry," she slurred. "I made mistakes. Just talk to me." 10 minutes later, "You think you're better than me now? Then, if you don't answer, I'll make sure everyone knows what you really are." So I blocked her. Everywhere. Even Venmo, because she once requested money with the note, "emotional damages." A year later, I started doing well. Not Ferrari well, just stable, smiling again. Upgraded from instant noodles well. I got a promotion, moved into a nicer place, started posting gym progress because my friend dared me. That's when the fake account started. "Hey, it's Lena. I can't message you. Unblock me." Blocked. "Congrats on the promotion. We should catch up." Blocked. Then she went after my reputation instead of my inbox. She joined a local Facebook group called "Are We Dating the Same Guy?" and posted a blurry photo of me at a coffee shop like I was a missing person. Caption: "Ladies, be careful. He looks like a nice guy." My girlfriend at the time sent me the screenshot with one sentence, "Is this your ex?" I didn't respond. I just reported it, and my friends did too. So she escalated. She messaged my boss on LinkedIn. "My boss. Hello. I'm concerned about the man you employ. Please call me." HR called me in like I'd committed a crime. I told the truth, slid my phone across the table and said, "Here's why she can't reach me." Call logs, voicemails, screenshots, the whole museum of madness. HR lady blinked twice and said, "So you blocked her for a reason?" "Yeah," I said. "I like breathing." That afternoon, my boss posted a simple company announcement about my promotion. Under it, my ex commented, "Hope they know who he really is." My boss deleted it. Then, without asking me, pinned a new comment. "We support our employees. Harassment will be reported." Boom. Her little public performance died in front of everyone she wanted to impress. She deleted the account within an hour. That night, my phone buzzed once from an unknown number. "You turned everyone against me." I stared at it, smiled, and hit block like it was muscle memory. Story 7. The weird thing about thriving is that people think they deserve a front row seat. After the divorce, I changed my number and blocked her everywhere. I didn't do it to punish her. I did it because she kept showing up in my life like a pop-up ad. Loud, unwanted, and always asking for something. 2 years passed. I bought a little townhouse. I got into woodworking. I posted a photo of a bookshelf I built. It went semi-viral because apparently men building furniture is the internet's love language. Then I got an email from iCloud. "New login from a device near your location." I froze. I realized I'd never changed the password on the old shared Apple account from our marriage. I'd stopped using it, but it still existed like a ghost key. I changed everything immediately. Password. Recovery. Two-factor. The whole lockdown. 10 minutes later, my sister called. Why is Lena posting your pictures on her Instagram story? What pictures? She sent me screenshots. Private photos. Old ones. Some from our honeymoon. Some from my new house that I'd never sent her. One was literally me standing in my kitchen holding a coffee mug like a civilian. Caption across it, "Look what I gave up." My stomach dropped. She'd been in my cloud. She'd been watching. Then another story. He blocked me because he's guilty. Then, if he can thrive, he can pay me back for everything. I didn't DM her. I didn't call. I didn't break the block. I went straight to the police station with a folder of printouts and my phone in my hand like evidence in a TV show. The officer's eyebrows climbed higher with every screenshot. "Do you have proof this account was accessed?" I showed him the login alert. The device info. The IP location. He nodded slowly and said, "We can file a report. Also, change every password you've ever had." The next day, her stories disappeared. Deleted. Like she'd never done it. But the real twist? Her new boyfriend DM'd me from his account. "Bro, did she hack you?" "She said you were stalking her." I took a deep breath, sent him one screenshot, just one, of the login alert and the story she posted. 3 dots appeared, then stopped. Then he replied, "Oh my God." An hour later, she tried one last time from a new account. "You ruined my life." I didn't answer. Because the best part of blocking her wasn't silence. It was watching her run out of lies when the truth finally had receipts. Story 8. I blocked her and thought that was the end. Then I started training for a half marathon. It sounds random, but after my divorce, I needed something that was mine. No arguments. No, "you're embarrassing me." Just shoes, breath, and pavement. A year into training, my life started leveling up. I lost weight. My face looked alive again. I posted a finish line photo after a 10K with my medal and a stupid grin. My ex-wife found it through a mutual friend and lost her mind. The calls started first, all from unknown numbers. "Hi, it's me. I just want to say, wow," blocked. Then she tried to show up where she knew I'd be. The race expo. I'm standing in line to pick up my bib when I hear, "Oh my God, look at you." I turned, and there she was. Glossy hair, big smile, eyes scanning me like I was a prize she misplaced. "I've been trying to reach you," she said, loud enough for people nearby to hear. "I know," I said, calm. "That's why I blocked you." Her smile twitched. "You don't have to be cruel." Cruel. Right. Like the night she tossed my suitcase onto the lawn and told me to sleep in my car with my pathetic dreams. She leaned in, soft voice now. "You're doing really well. I always believed in you." I laughed before I could stop myself. Not a mean laugh, a surprised one. Like my body didn't recognize the script anymore. Her eyes hardened. "So what, you're too good to talk to me?" A volunteer in a bright shirt glanced over. People were listening. She wanted a scene. I gave her nothing. I just stepped forward in line. She grabbed my arm. "Don't ignore me." And that was the boom moment. Because the volunteer walked right up. "Sir, are you okay?" he asked me. My ex blinked like she'd been slapped. "I'm his wife." "Ex," I corrected. "And she's blocked." The volunteer's face changed instantly. "Ma'am, you need to step away." She let go like my skin burned her. "Wow," she snapped. "You really turned into someone else." "No," I said. I turned back into myself. She stood there, furious, while the line moved without her. She had come to reclaim a version of me that begged. All she found was a guy who kept running. Story 9. I blocked her because every time she spoke to me, I felt smaller. After the divorce, she'd send voice notes that started with, "I'm just trying to be fair," and ended with, "You're nothing without me." Then she'd ask for money like it was a natural conclusion. So I blocked her, and slowly, my life stopped shaking. A year later, I met someone new. We weren't flashy. We were peaceful. We adopted a dog. We cooked dinner without anyone throwing plates. Then my ex tried a new strategy. She became a victim in public. She posted a long dramatic caption on Instagram. "Sometimes you love someone so much, and they still abandon you." He blocked me. He erased me. People messaged me like I'd committed a crime. I ignored it. Then she found my new girlfriend's business page and left a review. 1 star. "She steals husbands. Ask her about Lena." My girlfriend showed me, eyes wide. "Do we respond?" I took her phone gently and said, "No, we don't wrestle pigs." She didn't love that answer, but she trusted me. 2 days later, my ex sent a DM to my girlfriend from a fresh account. "Hi, woman to woman. You should know the truth." My girlfriend replied with one sentence. "Stop. He blocked you for a reason." Then she hit block. My ex lost it. She started commenting on every post. Tell him to talk to me. He owes me. He's pretending. Finally, my girlfriend pinned a calm post. Harassment will be documented and reported. Please respect boundaries. That's when the audience turned. Customers started replying under my ex's comments. Girl, this is embarrassing. Why are you doing this publicly? Move on. My ex deleted everything, then tried calling me from a number I didn't recognize. I let it go to voicemail. She sobbed into the recording. I can't believe you're letting strangers humiliate me. That voicemail was the most honest thing she'd ever said. Because I wasn't humiliating her. I was just refusing to save her from herself. Story 10. When she realized I was thriving, she didn't reach out like a normal person. She sent an ambulance to my house. I'm not joking. After the divorce, I blocked her everywhere. She'd tried every trick. Fake apologies, fake emergencies, fake nostalgia. The moment she didn't get access, she switched to pressure. Meanwhile, my life got better. I got back into my trade, started my own small crew, and somehow ended up booked out for months. I wasn't rich, but I was proud. I slept through the night. I laughed again. Then, one random Tuesday at 6 a.m., there's banging on my door. Sir, open up. I stumble out half awake and see 2 police officers and an EMT on my porch. We got a wellness check, one officer says. Someone reported you might be a danger to yourself. My blood turned cold. Who called? They wouldn't say, but I knew. Because only one person in the world turned my boundaries into weapons. I kept my hands visible, voice steady, showed them my ID, answered their questions. They looked around, saw my dog wagging his tail, saw my kitchen full of meal prep, saw a normal man living a normal life. The EMT smiled awkwardly. You seem fine. Yeah, I said. I'm fine. I'm just blocked. They left, apologizing. 10 minutes later, my neighbor texted, everything okay? Cops at your door. And then, like she was waiting for the ripple, an unknown number called me. I didn't answer. I recorded the voicemail. Her voice came through sweet as poison. Now will you talk to me? Boom. There it was. The confession. The reason. The trap with her fingerprints all over it. I took that voicemail to a lawyer the same day. Not for revenge, for protection. A week later, my lawyer sent a letter. Further harassment will be treated as stalking, false reports included. That night, she emailed my work address from a new account. You're really going to do this? After everything, I stared at the screen. Remembered all the times I begged her to stop hurting me. Remembered how she laughed and said, make me. So I forwarded it to my lawyer, hit block, and went back to cutting wood in my garage, music playing, dog asleep at my feet. Because thriving isn't loud. But the moment someone tries to sabotage it, that's when you realize how powerful blocked really is. Story 11. I blocked her after the divorce because she treated my phone like a courtroom and I was always the defendant. Every message was the same. Guilt, rage, then a sudden, can you help me? Like my boundaries were a vending machine she could kick until money came out. 6 months later, I got my first real win. I landed a contract that doubled my income. I didn't post it. I didn't brag. I just finally exhaled. Then my cousin tagged me in a photo at his engagement party. Me in a suit, smiling, holding a drink, looking, okay. That photo was enough. The next morning, I got a message request from an account called Lena_real_official. You unblock me. I need to talk. Blocked. Then another. This is urgent. Family. Blocked. By day 3, she was calling my mother crying, saying she was worried about me. My mom, bless her, asked one question. Worried about what? His happiness? My ex didn't like that answer, so she escalated in the only way she knows. Public humiliation. She showed up at my job, not at my office. At the building lobby, during lunch, like she'd practiced the scene in her head 100 times. She stood near the security desk with this sad face, holding a folder like she was about to deliver tragic news. When I walked in, she stepped forward. Finally. I've been trying to reach you. Yeah, I said. That's the point. Her eyes flicked over my watch, my shoes, the calm in my posture. So you're doing well now. Security looked between us like they were watching a tennis match. She lowered her voice. We could fix things. We were good once. I laughed once, softly. No, we weren't. Her face snapped. You don't have to act superior. I made you. That was the boom. Because my coworker Mark, who'd seen me at my lowest, walked up behind me and said, loud enough for the lobby to hear, Sir, do you want us to call the police? My ex froze like someone turned the lights on mid-performance. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't insult her. I just looked at security and said, she's not allowed here. Security stepped in, professional and firm. Ma'am, you need to leave. She tried to smile it off. I'm just talking to my husband. Ex, I said. Her mouth tightened. People were staring now. Random employees, visitors, even the receptionist. She hated that the room wasn't automatically hers. As she got escorted out, she hissed, "You'll regret this." I watched the doors close behind her, then walked to the elevator like nothing happened. Because the real power wasn't thriving. It was staying calm while she tried to drag me back into the mess. Story 12. I blocked my ex-wife after she sent me a 14-minute voice note explaining why my depression was bad vibes and how she couldn't be married to someone with low energy. So yeah, I blocked her. A year later, I got healthy. Therapy, gym, sleep, the boring stuff that actually works. I started a small side business fixing up old motorcycles, and somehow it turned into a real thing. People began recognizing me at meets. One Saturday, I'm at a bike show, showing off a build I'm proud of. A guy with a camera asks to film it for his channel. Cool. I talk about the engine, the paint, the hours I put into it. 2 days later, the video goes up. Thousands of likes. Comments like, "This dude's talented," and "respect." And then she appears in the comments. Her name, her face. Like she didn't throw my wedding ring at me and call me dead weight. "Proud of you," she wrote. "Always believed in you." I stared at it so long my friend asked if I was okay. I didn't reply. I just deleted her comment and blocked her from the page. That should have been it. But she DM'd the guy who filmed the video. He forwarded me the screenshot, laughing like it was tea. "Hi, I'm his ex-wife. He blocked me. Can you tell him to call me? It's important." Then she sent another, "He wouldn't be here without me. Please tell him that." I felt something hot rise in my throat. Not anger, more like disbelief. So I posted one thing. Not about her. Not a rant. Just a clean boundary. Please don't contact me through other people. My life is private. That was gasoline. She showed up at the next bike meet. I'm talking to a kid about carburetors when I hear, behind me, "Wow, look at you, Mr. Popular." I turned. There she was, dressed like she was going to a date. Eyes shiny like she was ready to cry on command. "I tried to congratulate you," she said. "You tried to get access," I corrected. She scoffed. "You're really going to pretend I didn't help you?" That's when the kid, literal teenager, looks between us and goes, "Ma'am, he's clearly uncomfortable." Boom. Even a stranger could see it. My ex's face went tight. "This is between adults." My buddy stepped in beside me and said, "Then act like one and leave." People stared. She wanted attention, but not this kind. She walked away fast, heels clicking, and I went back to talking about motorcycles like my piece wasn't up for negotiation. Story 13. Blocking her was the only way I stopped losing days of my life to arguing in circles. After the divorce, she bounced between "I hate you" and "I miss you," like it was a personality. She'd text me paragraphs, then delete them, then send a single "answer me," so I blocked her. Months later, I started thriving in the most insulting way possible. Quietly. No drama. No chaos. Just stability. I got into cooking, started hosting my friends, became the guy who brings homemade lasagna instead of excuses. One night, my friend posted a picture of our dinner party. 8 people, candles, laughter, my dog begging under the table. The next morning, my sister calls me laughing. "Your ex commented on the photo." What did she say? She said, "So this is what you replaced me with? A fake happy life?" I told my friend to delete it. He did. Then my ex found my landlord. How? I still don't know. But 2 days later, my landlord texted, "Hey, your wife called asking if you still live here." Ex-wife. Like she hadn't signed papers making it official. I felt my stomach twist. Because she wasn't trying to talk. She was trying to locate. That night, I got a message from a number I didn't recognize. I'm outside. I didn't move. I didn't peek through the blinds like some horror movie victim. I called my neighbor, who's a retired cop, and said, "Can you look out your window for me?" He called back a minute later. "There's a woman in a car across the street." My hands went cold. "Yeah, that's her." He didn't hesitate. "Want me to call it in?" I didn't want police drama. I wanted her gone. So I did something better. I stepped outside, phone in hand, and immediately hit record. I didn't walk toward her. I just stood under the porch light like I was a witness in my own life. Her car door flew open. She marched halfway up my driveway, already angry. "You really think you can block me forever?" she snapped. "Yes," I said, calm. "That's literally how blocking works." She looked stunned, like she expected fear. Then I held up my phone so she could see the red recording dot. "You're being recorded. Leave my property." Boom. Her face changed instantly. Performance mode died. She backed up, spitting words. "You're disgusting. You think you're so—" "I'm not talking," I said. "I'm documenting." She got in her car and peeled out so hard her tires squealed. I sent the video to my lawyer the next day, and I slept like a man who finally understood. Thriving isn't just money or peace. It's safety. Story 14. My ex-wife realized I was thriving the moment she tried to ruin me, and it didn't work. After the divorce, I blocked her everywhere. She still had one route left: my friends. She started checking in with them, pretending she cared. How's he doing? Is he seeing anyone? Does he still talk about me? They told her nothing. So she tried to bait them. I'm worried he's unstable. Then I got promoted. A coworker posted a congratulations photo at our office. Me holding a dumb cake, smiling. It wasn't even impressive, but it was proof I was moving forward. My ex spiraled. She emailed my company's general inbox. I have urgent information about one of your employees. HR forwarded it to my boss, who forwarded it to me with one line. Do you know this person? I felt my pulse in my throat. Yes. Ex-wife. Blocked. HR scheduled a meeting. I came with a folder. Screenshots of her old threats. Messages from new numbers. Proof of her trying to contact my friends. A timeline so neat it looked like a case file. The HR manager read it, then leaned back slowly. So she's attempting to interfere with your employment. Yep. She nodded. We'll handle it. I expected corporate nonsense. What I got was a boom I didn't even ask for. HR replied to my ex with a formal letter. Harassment will be reported. Future contact will be directed to legal, and she is not permitted on company property. My ex, being my ex, didn't read not permitted as a rule. She read it as a challenge. 2 days later, she showed up at our office parking lot, waiting like a spider. I walked out after work and saw her leaning on her car, arms crossed, ready for her dramatic speech. Before she could say my name, security rolled up in a golf cart like it was a movie. Ma'am, the guard said, you need to leave. She laughed. I'm just talking to my husband. Ex, I said, not breaking stride. She turned to me, eyes wet. You can't do this. I'm your history, and you're not my future, I said. Security didn't let her argue. They escorted her to the lot exit while co-workers watched through the glass doors, whispering. Her face wasn't heartbreak. It was humiliation. And for the first time, I understood what she'd been chasing. Not love, not closure. Control. She lost it in front of everyone. Story 15. The day my ex realized I was thriving, she tried to buy her way back into my life. I blocked her after she sent me one last message. You're going to die alone and you'll deserve it. Cool. Romantic. A year later, I wasn't alone. I was peaceful. New apartment. New routine. I took up boxing. Not because I wanted to fight, but because I needed to stop shaking when my phone buzzed. Then my small photography hobby took off. A local brand hired me. I shot a campaign, and my work ended up on billboards around town. I didn't notice until a friend texted me, Bro, you're on the street like a celebrity, and then the requests started. Not from her, because she was blocked, but from random accounts asking if I was the guy from the billboard. One night, I got a DM from a woman I didn't know. Hey, I'm Lena's cousin. She just wants to apologize. Please talk to her. Blocked. Then another message. Same cousin. She's been having a really hard time. She needs closure. Blocked. The next day, a delivery shows up at my door. Expensive bottle of whiskey with a note. Proud of you. Can we talk? L. I stared at it like it was a snake. I didn't drink it. I didn't throw it. I did something colder. I returned it. A week later, she tried again. This time, tickets. 2 VIP passes to a concert I'd mentioned liking years ago. Another note. Remember when we danced in the kitchen? I laughed out loud. Because she didn't remember love. She remembered leverage. I gave the tickets to my coworker. Then came the final swing. She showed up at the concert anyway, somehow, like she believed the universe would force us into a moment. I was in line at the bar when I felt eyes on me. I turned and saw her weaving through people, smiling like we were about to reunite in slow motion. Hi, she said, breathless. I knew you'd come. I took one step back. I didn't come for you. Her smile faltered. Don't be like this. I'm trying. That's when my coworker, holding the tickets I'd gifted him, walked up and said, Dude, you ready? We're going in. He looked at her, then at me. Everything okay? Boom. She realized I wasn't alone here. I had a life she couldn't enter. She tried to speak, but the crowd surged, and my coworker pulled me forward toward the doors. As we walked away, she called out, voice cracking, I just wanted to talk. I didn't turn around. Because thriving isn't about proving anything to the person who left you. It's about refusing to let them rent space in your peace ever again. Story 16. The funniest part about blocking your ex is how creative they get when they can't reach you directly. I blocked Marissa after the divorce because every conversation ended the same way. Her yelling, me apologizing for things I didn't do, and then a sudden request for money Just this once. 6 months later, my life finally stabilized. I started a tiny landscaping business. Nothing fancy, just me, a truck, and sweat. Then it grew. I hired 2 guys. I had regular clients. I stopped feeling like I was drowning. One Saturday, I posted a before and after yard photo on my business page. My friend commented, "Proud of you, man." The next day, my business inbox had a message from a profile named Concerned Neighbor. "Hi, this is Marissa. You blocked me. I need to talk. It's important." Blocked. Then she tried to weaponize kindness. A fundraiser link started circulating in our old neighborhood group. "Help Marissa get back on her feet after her abusive marriage." There was my full name in the post, and a photo of my truck, parked outside a client's house. People started messaging me. "Dude, what is this? Are you okay? Should we report you?" My hands went cold. I didn't rage post. I didn't defend myself in paragraphs. I just gathered receipts. I screenshotted her old texts. The ones where she threatened to ruin my name. The ones where she admitted she'd say whatever to get help. Then I posted one calm comment under the fundraiser in the group. "I'm not responding to lies. Here are direct screenshots from Marissa. Please stop donating to a scam." Within minutes, the comment section exploded. Not with support for her, support for the truth. Someone wrote, "Wait, she literally says she'll lie." Another, "Why is she using his business photo?" Then the admin removed the fundraiser and pinned, "No harassment. Repeat offenders will be banned." Marissa showed up in my business inbox from another account. "You embarrassed me." I replied with one line, "Don't contact me again." 5 minutes later, she posted again. This time screaming in all caps about men always get away with it. And right beneath it, one of her own friends commented, "Marissa, stop. This is getting scary." That's when she finally understood. I wasn't thriving because I was lucky. I was thriving because I stopped letting her narrate my life. Story 17. I blocked my ex-wife because she treated access like entitlement. After the divorce, she'd pop in and out of my phone like a landlord, checking, demanding, criticizing. I got tired of living on her schedule, so I blocked her. New number, new email, new everything. A year later, I was thriving in the most normal way possible. I took my first real vacation. Solo trip. Just me, a backpack, and a promise I'd stop surviving and start living. I posted one photo, sunrise over a cliff, coffee in hand. That was it. 2 days later, my airline app glitched and logged me out. When I tried to reset the password, the recovery email was an old shared account from the marriage. An account I thought was dead. My stomach dropped. I checked my reservations. One leg of my flight had been canceled. Not by the airline, by the account holder. I called support, voice tight. Someone accessed my booking. They asked security questions. I answered everything. The agent went quiet and said, "Sir, there was a login from a device in your home city, my ex. She'd found a back door. I didn't call her. I didn't break the block. I didn't give her the satisfaction of hearing my panic. I locked down the account, set new recovery options, and rebooked. It cost me extra, but I made the flight. When I landed, I turned my phone on and saw 3 new message requests from random accounts. Answer me. You think you can disappear? I was trying to save you. Save me. By trying to strand me in another country. I screenshotted the airline support email confirming unauthorized access. Then I forwarded it to my lawyer and my bank, because if she could cancel flights, what else could she touch? That night, while I was eating street food and listening to a musician play on a corner, my phone buzzed with one final unknown text. "I just wanted you to miss me." I stared at it, thumb hovering, and hit block. Because thriving isn't a photo on a cliff. It's sitting in a foreign city, safe, calm, and realizing she can't reach you. Not even through your own itinerary. Story 18. I blocked my ex-wife and thought it would be quiet. I forgot she loves an audience. After the divorce, I threw myself into work and started doing volunteer stuff on weekends. Food drives, community cleanups, boring, wholesome things. I didn't post about it much. I just needed a life that felt clean. Then the local community center gave me a little award at their annual dinner. I wore a suit, shook hands, smiled for photos, and went home. A mutual friend posted the group picture. That's how she found out I was doing well. The next week, the community center's email got a message titled, "Urgent. You should know who you're honoring." The director called me. Awkward. "Hey, we got a weird email about you." I asked for it. It was my ex-wife's masterpiece. A long rant about how I was fake, how I abandoned her, how I was performing kindness to cover who I really am. I didn't beg. I didn't panic. I just sent back a short reply. "Thank you for letting me know. This person is blocked for harassment. If she contacts you again, please forward it to me." They replied with, "Understood." 2 nights later was the center's big public fundraising event. Packed room, donors, families, kids running around in little dress shoes. I'm near the back helping set up chairs when I hear my name like a weapon. There he is. I turn and see her, walking in like she owns the place, wearing a bright dress, eyes shining with that familiar, I'm about to cause a scene energy. She beelined for me. So this is where you've been hiding. I'm not hiding, I said. You're blocked. She laughed loud. Too loud. Heads turned. I just want to talk, she said, but her voice was already climbing. You don't get to erase me while you play Mr. Good Guy. A donor couple nearby went still. A kid stopped bouncing his balloon. The director stepped in fast. Ma'am, is there a problem? My ex snapped. Yes. He's my husband. Ex, I corrected, calm. Boom. The director's face changed immediately. Ma'am, you need to leave. My ex looked around like the room would rally behind her. It didn't. People were watching, not with sympathy, with discomfort. She tried one last move. Tears. He ruined my life. The director didn't blink. You're disrupting an event for children. Please go. Security walked her out while she kept talking, voice echoing off the walls. And I didn't follow, didn't argue, didn't chase closure. I just kept folding chairs while her performance died in a room full of people who finally saw what I'd escaped. Story 19. When I blocked my ex-wife, I thought the worst thing she could do was yell into the void. I underestimated her. After the divorce, she couldn't stand that I was doing okay. Not rich, just okay. I had a new apartment, a routine, and peace. I blocked her because every time she got a line into my life, she used it like a crowbar. Then I started getting calls from debt collectors. Hello, is this Daniel? We're calling about Marissa's account. I hung up, blocked the number. Then another collector called. Then another. Every day. At first, I thought it was a mistake. Then I got a text from one collector. We will contact you at your workplace. That's when my stomach dropped. She had put my number down for her loans. Maybe my email, too. Maybe my job. I called one of the agencies back, recorded the conversation, and said, I am not her. I do not authorize contact. This is fraudulent. The agent hesitated. We have you listed as spouse, ex-spouse, I said. And she's blocked. I filed disputes, sent documents, and built a paper trail. It was tedious, exhausting, the kind of adult work nobody claps for. Then a collector sent me the application screenshot they had on file. My name, my number, my old address, and her handwriting on the signature line. Boom! I forwarded everything to my lawyer. Fraud is one thing. Identity fraud is another. A week later, I got one message request from a new account. Why are people calling me about the police? What did you do? I stared at it for a full minute. Because the audacity was almost funny. She tried again, more desperate. Unblock me. We can fix this. I didn't mean it. I didn't answer. I didn't argue. I just hit block again. 2 days later, the calls stopped. Not because she apologized. Not because she learned. Because her little revenge plot finally snapped back and bit the hand holding it. And the silence afterward was the loudest proof she'd ever given me that blocking her was the best decision I'd made since the divorce. Story 20. My ex didn't realize I was thriving until my dog did. During the divorce, she didn't fight for the couch or the dishes. She fought for Max, our old golden retriever, because she knew it would hurt me. The judge gave Max to me, mostly because I'd been the one taking him to the vet for years. She hated that. So I blocked her after the final papers because every message was just another attempt to tug on the leash. 2 years later, Max got famous by accident. A neighbor filmed him doing this ridiculous happy spin when I came home. Posted it. It blew up on TikTok. People love a dog who looks like pure joy. I didn't think anything of it until my phone started buzzing with unknown numbers. Is this the owner of Max? Tell him I love him. Then one text. Unblock me. I saw him. My chest tightened. I knew it was her. That weekend, I took Max to the dog park like usual. He trotted beside me, tail wagging like a metronome. And then I saw her standing by the gate. She had treats in her hand. She had that smile that never reaches her eyes. Hi, she said, sweet. I just wanted to see him. Max paused, ears up, confused. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I just clipped Max's leash tighter. You need to leave. She stepped closer anyway. You can't keep what's mine from me. Mine? I repeated. He's a living thing, not a trophy. People started noticing. A couple with a husky slowed down. A guy throwing a ball stopped mid-throw. My ex crouched and made baby noises at Max. Come here, sweet boy. Mommy missed you. Max looked at her, then pressed his body behind my legs. Boom! Her face cracked. Not sadness, rage. Pure, embarrassed rage. What did you do to him? She snapped, loud enough for the whole park. I stayed calm. I took care of him. That's all. She stood up fast, stepping toward me. Unblock me. You're thriving. You're getting attention. And you think you can just... A woman nearby cut in sharply. Ma'am, back up, another guy said. Dude, do you want us to call someone? My ex looked around, realizing she'd picked the wrong stage. She wanted witnesses. She got them, just not on her side. She tried to grab Max's leash. I pulled it back instantly. Don't touch him. Max barked once, deep, protective. Everyone went dead quiet. My ex froze, treats dropping from her hand into the dirt. Her eyes flashed with humiliation like a slap. Then she turned and stormed out, muttering, "You turned him against me." I didn't chase. I didn't gloat. I just walked Max to the far side of the park, where he leaned into my knee like he was saying, "We're safe." And behind us, the gate clicked shut like a lock she couldn't pick anymore.